NXT tonight. Good show tonight. Good showing by the NXT talent. They killed it tonight. And my credit always goes to Triple H. That's why he never blocks me on Twitter. Yeah. That's why Shawn Michaels never blocks me on Twitter either. Because I never shit on their shows. Because their shows are way better than Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Folks, we got Candice LeRae defeating Shotzi Blackheart. We got Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart, Mercedes Martinez, and Toni Storm announcing their entry in the Women's Dusty Rhodes Classic. And the fight pit between Thatcher and Ciampa is set for next week. The mysterious MLK debuts. They made their NXT debut. And we got the new faction. We got the debut of the new faction with Xia Li and Tian Shan and Boa. Now, I think this storyline is one of the best things going for NXT. I don't know about you all. I don't know about some of you all in the community. I bet you there's one fucking geek that's shitting on this storyline in the fucking community. I know there's one fucking geek in that community shitting on the storyline. But you know what nobody's not going to be shitting on? My NXT review tonight, because my moderator's going to be here monitoring the chat. And I don't want to see those 4 fucking geeks shitting on my review. Ladies and gentlemen, I got your NXT results, and we're going to go over it all right here on my Ingham Wrestling News YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Brendan. I'm Ingham Wrestling News' very own Brendan here with your NXT review. Before we get started, folks, be sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, those of you that are new to the channel, and turn on that bell for all notifications so you won't miss my NXT Raw and SmackDown reviews that go live each and every week on a weekly basis. So you won't miss all my other content I have on my channel. Hit that like button. It helps me, it helps the video, and it helps the entire fucking channel. Also, follow me on Twitter at Ingham Wrestling. That's where you'll see me share. Ringside News is WWE News and AW News on Twitter. Normally I would do my Ingham Wrestling News videos some weeks. Not every week, though. Also, follow me on Twitch at Ingham Wrestling News. I'm going to need some more Twitch followers because I only got 12. Also, if you missed my Monday Night Raw review this week, I encourage you all to check it out because I think I did really good on it. I think it was one of my best Monday Night Raw reviews on the channel. Just like this is going to be one of my best NXT reviews on the channel. If you missed my SmackDown review last Friday, it's there. Check it out. It's on my channel in the uploads. It's in my WWE SmackDown reviews playlist. If you missed my Call of Duty stream, if you missed all my Call of Duty streams from this week and last week, you can check those out too. Leave a like on those as well. I appreciate it. It helps the channel. Like I said, on all my videos and live streams, it helps the channel. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the NXT review. This week's NXT opens up with a look back at last week's New Year's Evil. And tonight, Tonight was all about the Dusty Rhodes Classic. Now, I got to question the Dusty Rhodes Classic for a minute. And I'm pretty sure you all are questioning. I wonder if one of the talent is going to get COVID after the Dusty Rhodes, men's and women's Dusty Rhodes Classic. I guarantee you, after the men's Dusty Rhodes Classic, there's going to be positive for the virus. I guarantee you it's gonna, the news is gonna show up somewhere on Ringside News' website. Guarantee you the news is gonna show up somewhere on social media. Trust me. You know I'm right when I say all this. Seriously. Now, who I think is going to win the women's Dusty Rhodes Classic, I could see the team of Shotzi, Blackheart, and Ember Moon winning that. Now, as far as the men's Dusty Rhodes Classic goes, I could see the young grizzled veterans winning that match. That is my prediction for the women's and men's Dusty Rhodes Classic. Just thought I want to throw that out there. The team of Shotzi, Blackheart, and Ember Moon sounds pretty good. They're both a badass. They look like a good, legit badass team. Seriously. They got the speed, they got the agility, they got enough skills to win this women's Dusty Rhodes Classic. Anyways. So then we got Shotzi Blackheart versus Candice LeRae with Indi Hartwell. The match begins, and Candice butts heads with Shotzi, but Blackheart hits a double leg takedown and uploads with right hands. Shotzi knocks Candice into the middle rope and runs, but LeRae somehow counters her. Shotzi comes off the top rope with a crossbody to Candice, then applies a modified armbar and rolls around the ring with it held on. Candice reaches the bottom rope to force the break. Candice kicks Shotzi away and climbs the ropes, but Shotzi yanks her foot and she collapses onto the buckles. Blackheart applies a unique submission until LeRae rolls her over for a 2 count. Oh, and by the way, I got some news on Ridge Holland's injury. I'm going to go over that at the end of the NXT review, so I got a little bit of NXT news for you too. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Anyways, Shotzi moves to a wrist lock, but Candice breaks her into the corner to force the break. Candice tosses Shotzi to the apron and heads out herself. They're on opposite sides of the ring post, and Shotzi pulls Candice's shoulder first into the steel, and she falls to the floor. Indi Hartwell prevents Blackheart from doing any damage to LeRae on the floor. Then stops her from getting back into the ring. So then, Candice then comes off the air with a crossbody. Yeah, she did. Literally came off the air with a crossbody to Shotzi as they head to commercial break. Back from commercial break. Back live, and Shotzi drops Candice on the middle rope and hits her with a senton for a near fall. LeRae rolls to the apron, sorta, and Shotzi gives chase. LeRae counters Shotzi initially, but then gets caught with a DDT on the apron. Indi moves to check on Candice, but Shotzi whips both them. She whips both of them out with a suicide dive. Blackheart gets Candice back inside for 2. Then LeRae dodges an incoming Shotzi in the corner. and drop kicks her into the buckles. So then we got LeRae. Now listen here, guys. We got LeRae. Then we got LeRae locking in the Gargano escape, and Shotzi struggles. But then counters with a spinning facebuster. Shotzi hits a tornado DDT and moves to the top rope. But Indi jumps on the apron and Blackheart punches her down. The distraction allows Candice to jump up and hit a swinging neck breaker from the middle rope for the win. Great match between Shotzi Blackheart and Candice LeRae. Sounds to me like this Blackheart and LeRae feud is continuing on NXT. That's what we got. So. But they both, I feel like they both did the most in the ring. I really do. They both did a fantastic job. They killed it in the ring. They were going at it like Hulk Hogan versus Randy Savage. That's how that's Shotzi Blackheart was. That's how good that match was. But I must say, I gotta admit, folks, I expected a little more ruthlessness and aggression from her the majority of the way. Now, Blackheart brought the violence at War Games. However, this felt very rent in and would lead me to believe this isn't over yet. Now, folks, it feels like naturally a last women standing style match would suit the ending of this feud. However, the presence of this gimmick match at New Year's Evil decreases the possibility of that occurring. So, great match by Shotzi Blackheart and Candice LeRae, giving the fans what they want, showing the fans their best performance in the ring, quote unquote. Good match. All right. So, we see Finn Balor walking to the ring where he'll be addressing the universe, which he did address the universe after a break. So, back from commercial break, the WWE champion Finn Balor enters the ring. As they come back from break, he reminds us that he is still the champion, but he wants to talk. Walk talk does rhyme though. But he wants to talk about Kyle O'Reilly. Balor says he's great, but he's not on his level. Ooh. That's some bold words from Finn Balor there, don't you think, folks? He stood up, and just like TakeOver 31, he got put down. And he also got played, too. Because Finn Balor just slayed the hell out of Kyle O'Reilly with that promo. Now, the only difference is that Kyle is the one eating through a straw. Finn points to the shirt, which has a red X on it. It says he wears it because he has the biggest target on his chest. But remember this, they no longer manufacture the fabric they cut me from. Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan, and Danny Burch come down the ramp, and Dunne says Finn should know he's next in line. He said next week last week. He sat last week and watched this match, and he always knew it would come down to them. They surround the ring, and Dunn gets on the apron. He says, Finn has always been the poster boy for European wrestling. But the only reason he is still NXT champion is because he hasn't come for it yet. Just like I want to come in turning into Superman. I'm just messing with y'all. Well, he's not. He's done waiting, basically. So, Balor wastes no time and kicks Dunn off the apron. Then takes the fight to Lorcan and Birch. Balor holds them off for a good minute, but eventually the numbers overtake him and they stomp on his shoulder, which O'Reilly targeted last week. Kyle O'Reilly comes out to help. Then he's quickly joined by Adam Cole, baby! And Mr. Roger Strong. And they run Dunn and Cole off. I'm feeling good, man. It's the show. That's how you know the show was good, man. For real. Balor then stares down Kyle in Undisputed Era before leaving. Johnny Gargano faced off against Dexter Lumis tonight, which was a good match. We're gonna go over that here in a minute. He's backstage for an interview. Gargano congratulates his wife and says, soon enough, they will both be holding the Dusty Cups. Sound like I said cuts for a minute. I had to hurry up and correct myself. But seriously, soon enough, they will be holding the Dusty Cups. I don't know about that. I don't know. They can't say that yet. Anybody could be winning that. My prediction is Shotzi, Blackheart, and Ember Moon, like I said earlier in the review. And my prediction for the men's Dusty Cup is the Grizzled Young Veterans. So, I don't think Candice Gargano is going to win that. I'm sorry. I hate to turn them down. They are my favorites, but I can't see them winning. I just can't. I just can't. The interviewer says he's getting ahead. I want them to win, but I can't see them win. The viewer's getting ahead. And he's getting ahead of himself. He has to face Leon Ruff and Kushida tonight. And he was pinned by Kushida last week. Gargano complains about that match and says he wasn't planning on competing. Austin Theory appears and hands Gargano an envelope from Lumis, which has a picture of the two of them inside. Now, why would they have a picture of them inside? Wouldn't that sound suspicious? Especially if that was a criminal? Wouldn't it sound real suspicious? I think it would. I think so. I believe so. It'd be true. Without reasonable doubt. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Gargano storms off and Theory follows. The Grizzled Young Veterans make their way to the ring, and Zach Gibson says last year they made their debut in the tournament, but this year they aren't here to take part. They are here to win. My prediction is these guys right here, man. These guys are the fucking best. Zach Gibson is the fucking best with his promos, and James Drake is just the best at talking shit. They said they will soon be the Dusty Rhodes Classic winners and the NXT champions. Let me know down the section below who you think's gonna win the men and women's Dusty Rhodes Classic tournament. I already told you my predictions. Now I want your predictions. This is the first round Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. We start the match with Gibson chases Martel, but he backs up to his own corner and Chase Parker tags himself in. James Drake tags in and takes Parker down with a side headlock. Parker fights up, but Drake ducks him and hits an arm drag. They stand apart before going at it again. And Parker beats Drake until Gibson drags him out under the bottom rope and tells him to cool down. Gibson tags in and locks up with Parker but slams him down and knocks Martel off the apron. Drake tags in and teams with Gibson to hit a flurry of quick tag team offensive running kicks and a poetry in motion to Martel on the apron. Then Drake beats Parker in the corner before hitting a bulldog. Drake knocks Parker out of the ring and tags Gibson so they can hit a double team backbreaker on the floor. Gibson gets Parker back in the ring and takes a front face lock before transitioning into a back suplex and a single leg, what I call Boston Crab. Drake takes in and they both hit elbows in the corner, and Gibson whips Parker into a spinning heel kick from Drake for a 2 count. Gibson tags back in and European uppercuts Parker in the corner, then tags Drake again, but Parker drops them both and crawls to his feet, only for Drake to grab hold of him and prevent it. Parker decks Drake with right hands and desperately tries to tag. Even drags Drake with him and gets Martel into the match. Just like I want to brag because I love the lag. I'm just joking. Martel hits both men with big right hands, chops forearms, and knocks Gibson off the apron. Martel hits a belly-to-belly to Drake, sort of like Big E's, a little bit. Big E's is a whole lot better, though. Then lands a big lariat. He takes Parker, and they look to hit a double team flapjack, but Gibson gets on the apron to cause a distraction. Everrise manages to hit a double team one toss and spear to Drake. Are we talking about James Drake or Drake Maverick? It's James Drake. Then beat Gibson into the corner and double team him as well. Gibson consistently prevents the pinfall, and young grizzled veterans, or the grizzled young veterans, I call them young grizzled veterans. I got it backwards a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And we all say shit where we have it backwards, you know? It happens. So the grizzled young veterans manage to separate them long enough to hit Ticket to Mayhem for the win. Now, before I get to telling you my thoughts and comments on this match, this tag team match, I want to give you my thoughts and comments on Finn Balor addressing the NXT locker room and Dunn interrupting. So my thoughts on that: Finn Balor versus Dunn would be a bona fide dream match. Therefore, it would be fantastic work from NXT to slowly tease us towards getting that match. Now, folks, check this out. The storylines fitting together feels incredible. Naturally, with O'Reilly coming out of respect and Cole plus Strong coming out of allegiance to O'Reilly. Now, this is the type of storyline you would want to see. This is the type of breakup storyline you would want to see as well. This all feeds into so many stories that it's truly excellent. Now, Kyle and Cole inevitably split is worked upon wildest. We continue the Kings of NXT versus the Undisputed Era. Great stuff. This was excellent, brilliant, phenomenal. Now, my thoughts on the tag team match between Zach and Everrise. Great match between the two men. But at the end of the day, the grizzled young veterans had the advantage. They got the better of Everrise. Now, early on the match, Everrise get the better of grizzled young veterans, James Drake, due to the effectiveness of mind games and insulting criticisms of Drake's wrestling ability. But, again, at the end of the day, the young grizzled veterans took advantage of them and got the win. Now, I struggled to get into this match. The result itself felt very predictable. Now, let's see. The feud leading to this match was lackluster, preventing any real babyface fire to get behind Everrise. Now, the grizzled young veterans are fantastic, but much like the revival in NXT of old, they need a valid babyface partnership to work off with. Now, hopefully, Kushida and Ruff advance, and that gives us this Dynamite in the next round. There you go. Now we see a video package of the Raquel Gonzalez versus Rhea Ripley feud. So apparently that's continuing. Apparently hasn't ended yet. Which commented in the big win for Gonzalez last week. Gonzalez says she's looking ahead towards Io Shirai. So I'm guessing we're going to be getting a Gonzalez-Shirai feud coming very soon. So I'm guessing, after all, this Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Gonzalez feud has ended. Apparently. That's what that's leading to tell me. But I don't think it's done. To me, in my opinion, I don't think it's finished yet. I really don't think it is. But it's finished enough for Rhea Ripley can go to the main roster and get fucked by Vince and Bruce. Because, you know, they don't like young talent. You know, but it's Bruce's agenda of burying young talent from NXT to the main roster. It's Bruce's way of ruining NXT's young talent's main roster debuts. It's Bruce's way of changing their looks, interests, and their names, because WWE are the same. Just like Vince and Bruce are. Oh, not to mention Vince and Bruce are lame. Which they both remind me of Kane. Anyways. So Tag Team Classic. She says she needs a woman she can trust. By the way, Good luck Rhea Ripley going to the main roster, because you know Bruce is going to fuck you. Called up to the main roster. I'm sure he's going to completely waste and bury Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley on television. Because you know Bruce is a fucking egomaniac. He's a fucking blithering idiot. He's a fucking geek. He is terrible as executive director, and he needs to get fired immediately. You can tell just by what he's doing with this NXT talent that are being called up to the main roster from the NXT talent that were called up to the main roster from before. Like the likes of Keith Lee, Matt Riddle. You seen how they're doing Aleister Black? Still keeping him off TV. They're not using him. He's one of the NXT talents. You know, man, I feel bad for Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, man. They're rumored to be called up to the main roster. They do not know what they are getting into going to that main roster. Oh, my God. You ain't seen nothing yet, folks. Just wait till they get called to the main roster. You know they're going to do the same thing they did with Keith Lee and Matt Riddle. You know it's going to happen. It is bound to freaking happen. It is bound to freaking happen. The fact that Bruce and Vince can't write or produce is fucking hilarious, if you ask me. Anyways. I wish I had that sound effect, but I don't have it. Anyways, Shotzi Blackheart is backstage. She's interviewed, and she says she needs a partner for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. She says she needs a woman she can trust, someone she went to war with. It was none other than Ember Moon, folks. That doesn't surprise me at all. It's not a surprise. Notice they were wearing the same color. They were wearing the same colors. Shotzi Blackheart had on black. Moon had on black. And have you noticed that their characters seem similar? Their characters somehow seem similar. I don't know how I'm saying this. I don't know how I'm coming up with this fact. But Shotzi Blackheart is like this badass ballsy. Ember Moon is like this Sheenom. It's like if you combine badass and Sheenom together and make it into one, I don't know what to make of that. I wouldn't know what to make of that. If they were to be a team in the NXT Women's Division, give me your comment section below on the team name for Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon. Now, Ember Moon appears and says she must be talking about her. They're going to be called TBC. Actually, TCB. Take that back. Y'all thought I was going to say it right. I did that to be funny. A little bit. Generous. And invoking Ember's law. TCB. That doesn't sound like a bad name at all. Really? Considering that both of their characters are almost similar. Almost the same, in other words. Except for Shotzi's again ballsy, and Ember Moon's the Phenom. Sheenom. Some of you probably wish she was the Phenom, the Undertaker. You know she's never going to be like him. You could just say she's inspired by him, but she's not going to be like him. So we got Johnny Gargano with Austin Theory versus one of my favorite characters on the NXT roster, Dexter Lumis. Or should I say one of my favorite male talents. The guy that does the best work of his career with his character. In my opinion, and I absolutely agree with my buddy JD with this one. Yeah, my buddy J to the D over there. I'm sure he's watching this review. We got Johnny Gargano with, oh God. Do I even want to say it? Do I even want to say his name? He's one of the two pedophiles. Well, of course, the number one pedophile is, Pedophile Dream. Number two pedophile, the second last pedophile, is Austin Theory. Yeah. So we got Johnny Gargano, Austin Theory versus Dexter Lumis. Now, bell rings and Gargano holds up Lumis, drawing and tears it up. He tears it. So Lumis drops him with a right hand. You notice I tried to get it right there. You notice I tried. There was a lack of tryness when I said that. Dexter shots Johnny off, and he hits a throws press. That's what I call it. Gargano counters Lumis, rushing him in the corner, but winds up staring at Lumis, doing his weird crew, which is one of the best things on this fucking roster, man. His character. Gargano slides out of the ring, and Lumis slides after him, doing the crawl, and sits on the floor. Johnny is creeped out and swings for him, but Dexter ducks and kips up. Gargano rushes into the ring, and Lumis goes up top, but Gargano meets him up there and trades shots. Lumis headbutts Gargano off the ropes, then leaps for a swanton bomb, but nobody's home. Both men are down as they head to commercial break. So this was getting to be more of an instant classic. It's like Johnny Gargano had control, but then Dexter Lumis had control, then Gargano had control. It was back and forth. On and on and on and on. It was back and forth. It was a back and forth match between these guys. This was a great fucking clash for the ages, man. It really was. Johnny. Back live, Johnny Gargano has taken control of the match and drops repeated elbows to the back of Lumis. Oh my God, Bonnie! I'm just joking. Gargano drills Lumis in the back with a forearm. Then again, he attempts a third, and Lumis counters him and rallies with right hands. Lumis bulldogs Gargano and hits a standing leg drop for a near fall. Lumis signals for the end, but Gargano elbows free from the submission and kicks him away. Gargano dives at him but gets caught. Then transitions into a crucifix pin for a near fall. Gargano hits a kick to the head, but Lumis pops back up, so Johnny does it again and scores a 2. Now, Theory You know, the #1 pedophile in WWE history. You know, that guy. The real superstar. At least is what it said. That's what it used to say on his trunks that he wore when he debuted on NXT. They runs interference and distracts Lumis, but Gargano can't take the advantage. Lumis backs Johnny into the corner, but Theory jumps on the apron and Lumis drags him into the ring, only for Gargano to roll him up and score the win. This was a absolutely fantastic matchup between Dexter Lumis and Gargano. We can see this as you know, we can see this being the new feud for NXT. I think, in my opinion, this is the newest feud that they could come up with. I'm guessing this is the beginning of the Gargano and Lumis feud. I'm guessing that's my guess. What's you all's take on this? This was somehow or somewhat lackluster against Dexter Lumis. Now Lumis is not suited to longer matches. I don't know why. That's strange. It tends to expose the limited offense variability in Lumis' arsenal. Gargano winning was the correct decision, though, and the storyline being built between Gargano and Kushida makes perfect sense and could be a fantastic takeover opener. Now, the time has been right for Kushida to win a title in NXT at least 3 times now. The Cruiserweight title, the World Championship, and the now North American... Okay, I think it's time to stop. North American Champion. Hopefully, 2021 is the year that the former BOSJ champion climbs the mountain top in NXT. See what I did there? I killed it. After the match, Theory is standing by the apron, and Lumis sides over and grabs him with the silence. Silence! Folks. Gargano breaks the submission and goes out to grab a chair. But before he can use it, Kushida runs down and attacks him. Kushida applies the hoverboard lock and Theory tries to stop it, but Lumis grabs him in the silence again. Kushida relents and lifts the North American Championship, speaks in Japanese, then tosses it at Gargano. Yep. So I'm guessing we're going to be getting a North American Championship match between Gargano and Kushida. So I'm guessing Gargano's going to be defending his North American Championship against Kushida. I guess that's going to be booked for next week's NXT. I don't know. I'm just coming up with this on my own. I'm just coming up with this on my own, folks. It's not a prediction. Well, actually, it's a spoiler and a prediction, but it's mainly a prediction. But honestly, for real, I think it's not a spoiler. It's a prediction, folks. Now, Don, Larkin, and Birch are stopped backstage and asked about what happened tonight. Birch says, Undisputed Era used to run the place. Doesn't that remind me of that AJ Styles promo where AJ Styles says, I'm the face that runs the place? Similar, right? Sounds similar. Anyways, but seriously, he says Undisputed Era used to run the place, but they should know by now they don't anymore. Ooh. And I think that hurt Undisputed Era's feelings. I think Undisputed Era, don't be surprised when Undisputed Era comes out and fucking beats you guys down for saying that. That's not undisputed. What Bert said, that's disrespectful. That's bad. Dunn says, as far as he is concerned, Kyle O'Reilly put himself between him and okay, that don't sound right, and the NXT Championship. So they're gonna take it like that. Wade Barrett conduct a sit-down interview with Timothy Thatcher. Oh God, please no. Why? I hate Timothy Thatcher is one of those superstars where I just fucking hate, where I just don't want to see him. He's a person I just don't want to see on my TV. I mean, look at those disgusting hairs on his freaking chest. Jesus Christ, man. Who the fuck wants to watch a Timothy Thatcher on my TV? I know I don't. Who the fuck wants to watch a Timothy Thatcher in the ring on NXT applying the same moves every fucking Wednesday nights? I know I don't. Timothy Thatcher, I'm just not a fan of this guy anymore, man. I'm just not. I don't know what the heck they're doing with him, man, but God knows all. I hope they take him off TV. He's not doing good. His run isn't going anywhere. I'm not praising this guy. I'm not a fan of this guy. They need to keep this guy off TV. Seriously. Just like they need to keep Billie Kay off TV. She sounds fucking terrible enough as it is now. Get Timothy Thatcher off my TV! NXT. Nobody gives a shit about Timothy Thatcher. He fucking sucks. Just throwing it out there. So Wade Barrett conducted a sit-down interview with Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa. Thatcher says he is medically cleared and he's ready to go. Ciampa asked what the details of the injury are, but Thatcher says it doesn't concern him. I'm glad Timothy Thatcher's injured. I hope he does it. I hope he ain't everything complete. The guy's complete garbage. I mean, not saying that in real life, but just saying it, because based on his character, because I'm not a fan of this guy. Barrett asked Ciampa if he regrets asking for the fight pin match. Ciampa says it might be a mistake. It's Thatcher's match. It might be brutal. And Thatcher interrupts him to say he has no idea. They shoot daggers at each other. And Barrett asks why they don't like each other. Thatcher says he has no problem with Ciampa. He came after him. Now, I just want to my Ingram Wrestling News family, I just want to say, Ciampa is one of NXT's all-time greats. But for Thatcher to talk to Ciampa like that, pretty disrespectful if you ask me. Ciampa says Thatcher is a piece of garbage. Oh man, I was just talking about the guy, was I not? I mean, you all heard it, right? Absolutely agree. In real life, he's a piece of garbage. Seriously. He is. I'm pretty sure he is, man. Oh my God, I'm a fucking genius. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh man. I'm pretty sure you all know why I said that, right? Yeah. Don't count on it. Don't even mention it. I know I'm right. Thatcher is a piece of garbage who takes advantage of young wrestlers. Yeah, that too. And inside the fight pit, he's going to take all the liberties he wants. Thatcher says he's a different beast inside the pit, and a lion doesn't need to explain itself to a zebra. Ooh. Man, doesn't he need to explain himself to a cheetah either. Faster than you can blink, faster than a Bugatti. Ciampa asks if he looks like a zebra, and Thatcher says he looks like a man who doesn't. Just like Bruce and Vince look like men who don't need to be in WWE, who need to be fired from WWE and from their jobs. Because they suck. Just like Bruce can't fucking write as executive director. Just like the fact that Bruce and Vince killed 5 NXT talents on the main roster and they were all members of Retribution. Just like Bruce and Vince made Keith Lee looking like a complete embarrassment on the main roster. Just like Bruce and Vince changed Matt Riddle's name to Riddle, which I think was completely stupid. Oh, and just like Bruce and Vince ruined Chelsea Green's debut on SmackDown. Remember that? Yeah. She got hurt. Yeah, all thanks to Bruce and Vince. You can blame them for that one. Oh, remember when Ripley lost the NXT championship to Charlotte Flair? Oh, you can blame Bruce and Vince for that one. Remember when Keith Lee's main roster run got ruined? Oh, you can blame Bruce and Vince for that one. Oh yeah, remember when Aleister Black was kept on TV? Still being kept on TV. Blame Bruce and Vince for that one too. The fact that WWE gave Retribution stupid names like T-Bar and Mice, you can blame them for that one too. Oh, you could blame them for the fact that they also messed up Roman Reigns as a babyface. They ruined his run. Oh, not to mention, they put the North American title on Leon Ruff, which was one of the worst decisions on NXT. Oh man, that was bad. That was just fucking. That was just. Remember when everybody didn't have a reaction to Leon Ruff winning the North American champion? I saw the tweets on social media. I remember it, man. Oh my God. People were just. They didn't have any words, man. I think more like some of the tweets were fucking hilarious. Seriously. Oh, remember when Ember Moon was wasted and buried on TV because of Bruce and Vince? Well, now she's on NXT and she's getting a lot better because of Triple H and Shawn Michaels. That lets you know right there that Bruce and Vince don't know how to handle young talent. That lets you know right there that Bruce and Vince are complete buffoons. Bruce and Vince needs to merge those men's and Raw and SmackDown tag team divisions, and they need to fucking unify titles. But I think I've already said that so many times. So many times. Man, just imagine how bad Adam Cole's run's going to be on the main roster. Holy shit. Young talent from NXT to the main roster. Holy shit, man. And then on top of that, you'll soon have Cross being called up to the main roster. You know him and Scarlett's going to get ruined by Vince and Bruce. Vince and Bruce can't stand young talent. They're jealous of what Triple H does. As a producer, they're jealous of what he does as the CEO of WWE. They're jealous of Triple H's success on NXT, making it the best gold and black brand possible. Dang, Bruce and Vince, why can't you do like Triple H? Oh, I know why you can't do like Triple H, because you're a bunch of fucking idiots and a bunch of complete retards. You're too old to produce him right. That's no excuse. Bruce and Vince are better than that. And if they can't be better than that, they need to get fired. Nobody has ever liked Bruce and Vince to begin with. I never liked them either. They're complete idiots. That's why a lot of podcasters and a lot of people that review NXT and Monday Night Raw and SmackDown every week shits on WWE, just like I do, just like JD does. Everybody in the community. Because they know how stupid Bruce and Vince are. We, as a community, all know. We, as a wrestling community, we as us, as the IWC community, we, as a community, know how Bruce and Vince are. Trust me. Now, as I was saying about Ciampa and Thatcher, as I was reading, Ciampa asks if he looks like a zebra, and Thatcher says he looks like a man who doesn't know if he's still got it. Ciampa says next week Thatcher will find out. Oh, good words, man. Good words. Good words. So we got the Ciampa and Thatcher feud continuing, obviously. The Fight Pit is set for next week's NXT. Bet you that's going to be interesting. The only reason why it's going to be interesting is because Tommaso Ciampa is in his match against Timothy Thatcher. The only reason why it's going to be interesting is because of Tommaso Ciampa. The only reason why it's going to be phenomenal is because of Tommaso Ciampa. The only reason why this match is going to be good is because of Tommaso Ciampa, not some fucking scumbag like Timothy Thatcher. So, Undisputed Era. Anyways, commercial break. Undisputed Era is backstage. They're interviewed. They say they're happy to prove themselves time and time and time again. I just thought I added again. I just thought I add and say it. I just thought I said the word time 3 times. To make it entertaining. Make it, hilarious. Make this review better. O'Reilly says he's going to be out there to have his boys back and keep the pace. I thought he was going to say eat the cake. Anime. For a minute. That would be hilarious, though, if he said that. Cole says they're going to focus on Breezango tonight and progress to the next round of the Dusty Classic. I can't see Undisputed Era winning this Dusty Classic. I can't see Drake Maverick or Killian Dane win this Classic. I can't see Johnny Gargano or Austin Theory win this Classic. I can't see Everrise winning this Classic. I can only see the grizzled young veterans winning this. As I said early on, gave you my prediction already. I'm not going to say it again. So we got the debuts of the mysterious MSK versus Isaiah Swerve Scott and Jake Atlas. So the match begins with Atlas and Nash Carter, and they exchange some quick mat wrestling encounters. Sounds to be like mat wrestling encounters. Sounds like old-fashioned wrestling to me. Carter reverses Atlas and tags Li for some fast-paced tag team offense. And Swerve gets the tag from Atlas. Carter dodges Swerve and drops him with a drop kick that smiles at him. Hold on. First of all, didn't Swerve and Jake Atlas just feud with each other? Why are they teaming up if they just feuded? I don't think this makes sense to me. Does this make sense to any of you? To feud Jake Atlas and Isaiah Swerve Scott? I mean, to pair Isaiah Swerve Scott with Jake Atlas. To put them in a team in the tournament. They were just in the feud, man. I can't understand why they're putting them in a team. I can't understand this. It just doesn't make sense. It just does not make perfect sense to me. At all. Anyways, Carter dodges Swerve and drops him with a drop kick, then smiles at him. Carter then hits a springboard, spinning crossbody before tagging Wiz Lee. Jake Atlas teaming with Isaiah Swerve Scott must be WWE NXT Creative's decision. That must have been their decision to team them up. Had to be either WWE Creative or management. They make mistakes too, just like Bruce and Vince. Mainly Bruce and Vince makes the mistakes, but you know what I mean. Lee takes a wrist lock and tries to control Swerve, but Isaiah backs him into the corner and beats on him before tagging Atlas. Lee elbows himself free from hold and hits the ropes, but Swerve pulls the ropes down to cause him to fall out of the ring. Atlas then hits a suicide dive to send Lee over the announce desk. Atlas and Swerve pull Lee back in the ring. Then Carter runs off the ropes and jumps onto Atlas. Swerve boots Carter, but then Atlas whips both of them out with a top over the ropes. Should I say Toby over the ropes? Commercial break. We return to see Carter holding Swerve in an arm bar, but Scott lifts and slams him. Carter and Swerve both make tags, and Lee comes in hot. He comes in hot! Like a hot nigga. Against Atlas and backs him into the corner. Lee reverses as he reverses from an Irish whip and hits some fast punches. Then he drop kick and immediately kips up. Tag made to Carter and he jumps up with a moonsault and Lee shoves him over to land on Atlas. They look to hit another double team, but Atlas shoves them away and hits a German suplex to Lee. I almost thought they were referring to Keith Lee for a minute. Could you imagine Keith Lee being back on NXT? He needs to go back. He really needs to go back because they are not doing a good job with Keith Lee and his character with his entrance. They're not doing a good job with him at all. Bruce and Vince are ruining Keith Lee. They are. Which is absolutely terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. Swerve grabs Lee and Atlas super kicks him. Then they hit a double team power slam. 450 splash for a near fall thanks to Carter. Swerve tosses Carter out of the ring. Then makes a tag himself. And both he and Atlas put Li on the top rope. But Li knocks Atlas to the floor. Carter tags in an MSK team to hit an insane reverse Hurricane Rana to Swerve on the middle rope. MSK then hit a double team spine buster, blockbuster for the win. Now, this was a good predictable one, but in the best way possible. MLK are one of the most unique and entertaining tag teams on the planet. And they could be the duo that saved the struggling NXT tag team division. Possibly. It could be. We don't know that yet. Until we see what more they can do in the ring. Until we see what more they can do with their promos and what more out of them we can see. Swerve and Atlas looked really strong here. I hope they remain a team. But I don't understand why they would be put in a team when they just feuded. Swerve's a heel. Atlas is a babyface. Why would you want to book a heel teaming? It make no sense to me. Didn't Swerve turn heel? Isn't he? So you mean to tell me Swerve's acting like a babyface heel? Swerve looked incredibly menacing though, with the full length, closed litter, clock, and metallic teeth effects. Interestingly, it's like MGK's next match. It's likely MGK's next match will be against Dane and Maverick, who I like to call Mario and Luigi. Oh, man. I mean, really. Drake Maverick's body looks like the size of Luigi. Maverick's body looks like the size of Mario. Oh, man. They look like the Mario brothers. That's what they remind me of, right? Oh, man. That's funny. That is funny as shit. Oh, just like the team of Samoa Joe and Finn Balor. Finn Balor remind me of Wario's brother. Samoa Joe reminds me of Wario. Hey, what's Wario's brother name? Anybody know? I don't remember. Yeah, to remind me. Please don't try me, though. Now, I don't know if this will be an interesting dynamic or not for the high-paced athletes, but I think this is a test for Drake Maverick and Killian Dane to see how good they are as a team against a team with speed and agility, such as MLK. But the fact that Killian Dane looks like Mario and Drake Maverick looks like Luigi, here's my reaction. Oh, man. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love shitting on these talent in WWE. But I only like shitting on Bruce Vince because they're fucking retards. Anyways. But just know MSK will either face Kurt Stanton and Austin Gray or Drake Maverick and Killian Day. So now they had us take a look at the Women's Dusty Rhodes Classic, which kicks off next week. Commercial break, we see a video of Scarlett reading tarot cards. I don't know, whatever the fuck those are. And predicting the future for Karrion Kross, which ends with the Prince. And I'm predicting that Finn Balor is going to join Kross and Scarlett, and he's going to be a team with Kross. I'm predicting Finn Balor. I'm predicting somehow Kyle O'Reilly or somebody's going to come out to the ring. I'm predicting Damian Priest is going to come out to the ring and beat up Kross, and that's what's going to lead to Finn Balor turning heel and joining Kross and Scarlett. That's what I think is going to happen still. I still have my doubts on Finn Balor turning heel, joining Kross. Kross and Finn Balor as a team would be, oh my god, that would be... Finn Balor and Kross as a team would be great. They would be the most dominant team in the NXT Tag Team division. Seriously. Finn Balor and Kross as a team, that's like fucking... That's like Damian Priest teaming up with... Well, it's not like Damian Priest teaming up with Baron Corbin. That's like Styles teaming up with Balor. Or it's like Styles teaming up with Adam Cole. That dynamic. Or Styles, Balor, and Adam Cole together as Bullet Club. That's how fucking dynamic the team of Kross and Finn Balor would be if Balor turns heel on Damian Priest and joins Kross in his losing effort against Kross. Because we know it's going to happen. We know Kross is going to win the NXT Championship. It's only a matter of time before it happens. It really is. So we got Xia Li versus unnamed enhancement talent. I guess they gave her an unnamed enhancement talent to test Xia Li to see who she really is as a heel, to see what she can do as a heel in the ring. Which she did incredible. I'm impressed. I am impressed. I am more impressed with this Boa and Xia Li storyline. Which is one of the best things going for NXT right now. Which, in some people's eyes, is the only thing going for NXT. But in my eyes, it's just one of the best things going. It's not the only things going on NXT. So Lee's opponent run across the ring, and she drops her with a right hand. Lee then hits a spinning kick to the chest, and that's all she wrote. Yeah, this storyline is one of the best things going on the show, man. I love what they did with it, man. WWE did a great job changing their names, filing trademarks and stuff. I seen the news on that. I gave y'all the news on WWE. I spoilered you on that news on one of my live streams, I think, if I can remember. I think it was one of my live streams last year. I remember which one it was, though. It was one of them. I spoiled you all on the changed names on the Chinese talent, something like that. But anyways. Tian Shan, which appears to be the name of the new faction, including Xia Li, refers to the name of the Heavenly Mountains in China. Fitting name for an incredible faction with an incredible enthusiastic, I must say. I guess I can agree. I guess I can agree with what I'm saying. I don't know if I could fully agree, but I know I do. All right. So after the match, Lee and Boa make to leave, but the creepy person in the chair on the stage holds up her hand. So Xia turns around and drags her opponent under the bottom rope and hangs her on the rope. Xia Li unloads a fury of stiff offense, and the creepy woman signals to end it. So Lee turns and delivers a big knee to the jaw. Man, I am so interested in this new storyline, man. I am interested to see what's next. Just like everybody else in the community is interested to see what's next in this Boa and Xia Li storyline. Because it is going phenomenal right now. And my credit goes to Triple H and Shawn Michaels for making the storyline look good. Really. Shawn Michaels never blocked me because I give him credit too. Casey Catanzaro and Kane Carter cut a promo about the Dusty Classic. They asked their opponents, Tony Storm and Mercedes Martinez, to please underestimate them because they want to prove to the world how good they are. They're going to win the first ever Women's Dusty Rhodes Classic. And just like I could see Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter getting eliminated, losing immediately to Mercedes Martinez and Tony Storm. I mean, look at the size difference. Holy shit. Holy shit. Kaden Carter and Casey are small compared to the size of Mercedes Martinez and Tony Storm. I can't see them winning. I just can't. I'm sorry. I can see Tony Storm and Mercedes Martinez winning, picking up the victories over Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro. Commercial break. During the commercial break, Isaiah, Swerve Scott, and Jay Atlas got into a brawl backstage, and Bronson Reed breaks it up. Swerve then gets in Reed's face before leaving. See, I don't understand this, man. WWE kind of fucked up this feud a little bit, man, for a variety of reasons. Number one, you go from putting them as a team to having them brawl. You go from turning Isaiah Swerve Scott heel. You go from watching him acting like a babyface as a heel to teaming them up together to now they're brawling backstage. What the fuck is this? What's going on here? I don't understand. I don't understand this. Please, somebody tell me what's going on with this feud, because I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. I hope Justin tells me what's going on with this feud, because I don't understand this crap. Really. So we got the main event, which was a incredible one too. Also, it's the same match we've seen before. We got Undisputed Era versus Breezango. We've seen them go at it before. Yes, we have. Trust me, we all have. First round, Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Team Classic. So, whew, yeah, this was a good one, man. I'm so hyped, I can't even contain myself right now. Evil Containment. Just saying. Kyle O'Reilly is at ringside, and Adam Cole starts things off against Tyler Breeze. Okay, so start off with Adam Cole and Tyler Breeze. They lock up, and Breeze takes a headlock, but Cole shots him off. In other words, shoots him off, is what I'm trying to say. Only to get dropped with a shoulder. Cole then leapfrogs Breeze, who in turn does not, but seriously. Cole then leapfrogs Breeze, who turn and does the same. And both guys look for a super kick, but pull back and slip hands. Breeze takes Cole down with a side headlock, but Cole uses a head scissors to break free, and they are again at odds. So they both tag out. I don't know why they did that one. Strong and Fandango up for a test of again. I call them Fandango and Fandango. Feels like Fandango has two names, two of the same names. Fandango turns the tables before hitting a judo throw and dropping a knee on the arm. Strong breaks away, but Fandango drops him with a spinning heel kick for a 2 count. Fandango makes a tag to Tyler Breeze with Strong isolated in the corner as they head to commercial break of the evening. It's the last one, the last commercial break. Thank God. I'm tired of these commercial breaks, man. I'm tired of seeing them on TV. They're boring. I mean, talent obviously do need breaks, but commercial breaks are just boring though. Sometimes they're nothing. We return to find Cole being beat down by Fandango, and Breeze tags in to continue the assault. Cole hits Breeze with a leaping kick, but Breeze quickly throws him out of the ring. Breeze looks for a suicide dive, but Cole kicks him in midair. Cole gets inside, and both men makes tags. Strong comes in hot, and both men exchange hands. But Strong hits a running kick, then a drop kick and a backbreaker. Strong learns. Imagine Strong learning a new move. Strong leans Breeze on the rope and hits running forearms to the face. Then lifts Breeze and throws him onto Fandango. Cole tags in again, and they hit a gutbuster into a running knee for a near fall. Breeze tags in, but Cole immediately drops him with a pump kick. Cole looks for Oshigoroshi, but Breeze counters and hits an inverted backbreaker for a near fall. So this match is going good so far. Breeze tags Fandango, and they hit a backbreaker elbow drop, but Strong breaks the pin attempt. We get a rapid sequence where every guy hits their moves, and they're all down and out. Suddenly, Kyle O'Reilly gets assaulted on the floor by Dunn. Morgan and Birch, they push Kyle's face against a steel gutter, And Dunn looks to kick it, but Finn Balor runs down and makes the save. Finn is quickly overwhelmed and Dunn drops him. Dunn then hits a forearm to O'Reilly's jaw against the garter. Then a running knee to the face. Meanwhile, in the ring, Cole makes to leave the ring, but Breeze super kicks him. Breezango looks to finish the match, but Cole knocks Breeze out of the ring. Cole goes up top and jumps for a Panama Sunrise, but Fandango throws him off. Fandango then jumps at Cole, but gets caught with a super kick, and that's all she wrote. That's it. So as soon as the match ends, Cole and Strong run out to check on O'Reilly, who is now bleeding from the mouth. Balor is laying beside him, holding his shoulder. Undisputed Era progress to the second round of Dusty Classic, and the show comes to a close with Dunn, Larkin, and Birch posing on the stage with the tag team titles belts. Man, these guys are holes. I'm just joking. Now, folks, check this out. The main event itself, man, was very enjoyable. However, the post-match, mid-match angle was incredible. We have seen glimpse of the psychopath Pete Dunne that dominated the UK indie scene for so long. However, in recent weeks, it had faded slightly, but now he returns with a huge knee trembling on Kyle O'Reilly's jaw, aiming to take him out of the picture. Now, I'm very interested in how Karrion Kross plays into all this, as he had a video package earlier in the night telling Balor he was coming for him. But the clear story seems to be Dunn versus Balor, with Dunn coming out on top. Now, I wonder if NXT are still as high on Kross as they were pre-injury, and if the rumored plans of Finn Balor versus Kross at Mania weekend remain true. Now, folks, overall, this was a pretty good episode of NXT, although it did start fairly slow and overwhelming. Now, I still stand by the statement for the simple fact that LeRae and Blackheart was fairly disappointing given the intensity of their feud up to that point. However, with both competitors entering the Women's Dusty Classic, I guess we at least now know that it isn't over and we can continue to capitalize on the intensity of their feud. Folks, in my opinion, the best things on the show were the initial Balor promo combined with the main event alongside MGK's debut, and the Xia Li segment were the highlights of the show, and really changed the perception of the show as well. Now, let me note this, folks. If you only plan on watching the key most enjoyable segments of the show, then my best recommendation would be to start after Grizzled Young Veterans versus Everrise, because everything up to and including that match is fairly miserable, for now at least. Now, before we end this, I have some news on Rich Holland's injury. So I got a little bit of NXT news to give out real quick. Let me find it real quick. Gotta find it. Hang on a second. Give me 5-10 minutes, guys. I gotta find it. I think I'm almost at it now. I have almost found it. Almost. Almost there. Almost there. Look now. There it is. Ridge Holland was on his way to getting a big spotlight in NXT. He was set to feud with Adam Cole. And then he suffered a terrible injury on live television. His leg snapped, and it was so gruesome that the injury got press in places where pro wrestling doesn't usually capture headlines. Of course, this news I'm giving out is for the Ridge Holland fans. Ridge Holland suffered a disclosed knee, but that was put back into place at ringside. The left angle dislocation and fracture was another story. He also suffered a left patellar tendon, or no, a patellar tendon rupture. Sorry for that. I had to correct myself on that one. While speaking to Talk Sport, Ridge Holland seemed to be in good spirits after such a catastrophic leg injury. He joked about getting a buy one get one free deal. That's kind of hilarious. He praised WWE's medical staff. Now he's back on the road to recovery. Figured. Pretty freaking incident on my left leg. I fractured and disclosed my ankle, and then on my right hand I disclosed the kneecap and ruptured my patellar tendons. Kind of a buy one get one free on injuries, but it's coming on well. The WWE medical staff are top notch, and that got me well on the road to recovery. Ridge Holland has a long road ahead of him. And I quote, that's what Ridge Holland said. So Ridge Holland has a long road ahead of him, but hopefully 2021 will see his return to the ring. He was getting set up for a position of dominance as well. He has the right attitude about things, and that is sometimes the hardest thing to achieve. Folks, that's the only NXT news I have. That's all your NXT news. This is the end of your January the 13th, 2021 NXT review. I hope you all enjoyed. If you enjoyed this NXT review and you personally loved it, and if you think this was one of my best NXT reviews on the channel, please hit that thumbs up and give me your comments on my review. Give me your comments in the section below. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this review, man. I am getting the hell out of here. Yes. Ingram Wrestling News is getting the fuck out of here. I've been on here all day. I streamed on Call of Duty yesterday. Up until then, I got tired, so I got off there and took a nap. And here I am ending my NXT review. It's been a long day, man. Really has been. Hit by music. Folks, I got some announcements to make. Number one, as always, my SmackDown review will be live this Friday night. After my WWE live stream, I will be live during SmackDown, giving you my live reaction to SmackDown, of course. I'll be live watching SmackDown. I'll be chatting, so join my chat, because we're going to be chatting about SmackDown, chatting about wrestling. We can chat about whatever you want. So my WWE SmackDown live stream will be live. I'll be live during SmackDown, so join the live chat. My moderator, Justin, I'm sure will be there. He'll be monitoring the chat. I'm still looking for 2 more moderators. If anybody wants to be the second or third moderator, if you want to be my second or third moderator, please let me know. Because I think I already have an idea of who my second moderator is going to be. And I think I have an idea of who my first block user is going to be now, too. So, announcement number 2. I will be streaming Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War this afternoon, so be joining me on the Indi live chat on my YouTube channel. Also, this weekend I will be streaming some Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, showcasing that tournament that some of you asked for. I'm sure Justin asked for it too, so I think he did. Showcasing the tournament and how you can put your own characters, your favorite characters in that tournament. And I will be showcasing multiplayer online on Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. I'll be battling some players on there, showing you what it's like, showing you the online experience on there. And I will be showing you the online experience on Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 this Sunday, because I'll be streaming on that game too. So, a lot more content coming to the channel, man. And my Monday Night Raw review will be next Monday as well. Just thought I'd break that news to you. Of course, Monday Night Raw is going to be complete garbage as always. So be prepared to pick up that remote and change the goddamn channel. Because you know it's going to be awful when Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce shows up on your TV. Especially Nia Jax. Oh, and let's not forget Elias. Oh, God. The Universal Truth, Vince McMahon and Bruce are fucking losers. Anyways, folks, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Y'all have a good day, man. See you on my live stream on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, man. Be there. Be there, because I'm going to be getting some objectives and getting those fucking kills. You know it. Woo woo, bro. I know it. We all know it. Have a good day, folks. I will be on Twitter tomorrow, of course, sharing the WWE AEW news. I will be on social media as always. I'm always on there. Just like I'm always on the game streaming on Call of Duty. So not only will I be on social media, but I'll be streaming Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War tomorrow. I have officially come up with a good thumbnail for it as well. Oh, by the way, please leave a comment down in the section below on what you think of my NXT thumbnail. Man, that looks fire, dude. My NXT thumbnail, it looks fantastic. I make the best thumbnails in the IWC, man. I really do. I think I'm the best thumbnail maker in the entire IWC. Just like JD is the only best podcaster in the entire IWC. I'm getting out of here. Peace. Don't freeze. Because you might end up like Tyler Breeze. Or you might end up getting some grease. But I'm getting out of here.